I am so excited, almost giddy, to do this video. I've been dying to get to this point. We are in what you can see, the primary bedroom. There's been a huge transformation. Lots of work went into it, and there will be more tweaks in the future, but I think it's complete enough to show you guys, the big transformation here. Anyway, we could start by saying the room did not have this amazing light because it only had one window. So we added a skylight, which provided beautiful, delightful light, not only in the morning, but in the evening. It's wonderful to lay in bed and to have the moon many times shining through. So that was a pleasant surprise. I started by having to figure out how to cover the floors. There were, in the two bedrooms, the primary bedroom and the guest bedroom, which is actually Josh's bedroom, as you know from other stories, the floors needed to be covered up. It had glue carpeting, which I thought that was crazy. So the only solution was to find a floor that would coordinate well with the beautiful hardwood floors on the hallway. And I was lucky enough to find these Chevron pattern floors that sit on top, and they look amazing. They feel amazing. It was the perfect coloration and the perfect shape to transition from the hallway to the bedrooms. After the installation of that, we worked really hard, and it was labor of love to paint these high ceilings, these walls with the enormous ceilings with a million beams. We had to tape, I think it took me 4 days to tape all the beams. It was neck-breaking work, but super worth it. Once we had that, it was what a relief, and it was fun to start thinking of populating so we can use the room. I had this custom rug made, which I think is beautiful, and it's essential because it's nice to get out of bed into something very cozy. I love the color. After that, obviously, we were able to finally bring in the frame of the bed. And I love the little scallop detailing on the frame. I think it's very Frenchy. After that, I believe the next thing was I ordered the commode, which arrived, but I ordered that commode from Spain. I really like the detail that it has, the little scallop also detailing on the front. But when it arrived, it had parts on the inside broken, so Josh and I had to figure out to fix it. As I pulled the drawers, because we're gonna take it upstairs, we noticed that the tracks for the drawers were busted. So now we have to fix it. That's kind of how it goes sometimes. You make it work. So we brought the commode. That was fantastic because I was able to now use the drawers for my everyday basics. I also added a little sitting corner. Every bedroom has to have a little nook with a chair. It's a great way to sometimes to have a quiet moment. I love sitting, sometimes meditating, sometimes looking at decoration books, on my tablet, looking at YouTube channels. It's just a lovely little corner there. So obviously for that little corner, I wanted a little table so I could have a little lamp, a candle, and of course we have what in a previous video, I show you guys how I did that urn, that stone urn that I purchased that is beautiful. I did a little kind of decoration from the floor up, a little story there of kind of like nature, and I think it turned out beautiful. For the nightstands, I always like to have non-matching tables. It's very important that they represent the male and the female in this particular case for me. Usually I like the male to be more square. In the female side, I like it to be a little bit more softer with curves. So that's why you see them so different. For the nightstand on my side, I like that I changed the knob. I was not happy with the simplistic knob that it came with, so I changed it to these kind of sparkly knobs that I adore. I think that the room works so well. It functions super comfortable. A little surprise was I had this humongous mirror that I wasn't sure where it was going to go. I am still working on it. This was a project that we're gonna cover in future videos in which I'm gonna treat it to make it look vintage. I'm gonna distress the actual mirror part. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. It came with a very gold frame, but even though I like gold, I wanted it to have more of like an old world charm. So I did a little treatment. Again, future video, I'm gonna go deeper and I'm gonna show you guys how to do that to give mirrors a lot more personality and make it more unique and more of your own. So one of the big hangups on doing this video, besides finding all the right special pieces, were two sets of doors. The doors that go to the bathroom, which are special doors, which were on a boat for 4 months, and then we had to wait for them to arrive. And then when they arrive, because they were related to the bathroom, which is another video I'll do, those doors needed special installation because they are special doors. So the door that leads to the bedroom is the door that almost killed me. And allow me to explain. I got in my head that I really wanted to change the color that the house had in all the doors for all the rooms. I hated that color, the color that was in the house. It dawned on me that these are solid wood doors, and I was very curious, and curiosity kills the cat, and it's practically killing me. I wanted to see if I stripped out the paint and I stained the doors, it would have that kind of French country vibe. Well, these doors were so well painted. Whoever did the job of painting the doors in the entire house did an insane good job, where they prime and put like 3 coats of that color. I started by first try the chemical peel. Did not work. It was just not really coming off. I started the sanding and it was taking me forever. So then I went to the heat gun, and that also was not bubbling like you see on many other, DIY videos. So went back to sanding. So it's been a process for one door of like 4 or 5 entire days. I finally got it to the point where I could stain it, but I am feeling a little unsure. So I'm sitting with it as is. I know it's not gonna stay this way because it's not working with the room necessarily. So I'm still sitting. I might do a white wax layer and try that. If not, the last result would end up being that I paint them white, which I'm trying to avoid. I really want these wood doors to work. Now, I have like 22 doors to do besides this one. So, and they're double-sided. So, yeah, I can't even believe it, but I'm still sitting with what to do. I am really stumped. You know, I wanted to show this door as is. I didn't want to delay the video because this is what goes in a lot of this stuff. You know, I see a lot of channels doing this kind of like peaceful days in the countryside. And to be honest with you, even though I do have those moments and I value that tremendously, and I meditate every morning and I take breaks. When you're a creative, it's almost impossible to be at peace because there is this drive to play, to experiment, and you do get in trouble. I got in trouble with this door and I'm still hooked. I want to show a lot more of those wonderful, peaceful moments, which, Josh and I do enjoy here. It's lovely here. But a lot of the time, it's pandemonium because I'm always experimenting. My house is a little bit of a lab, and no, every project goes well. I can always recoup. Sometimes I have to settle because I get so deep into trouble that, I make the best of whatever situation. But what's important is that I don't play it safe. And I would have been playing it safe painting the doors white, but curiosity was killing me. And I'm still curious if I could still do it throughout the house. The other doors that I really wanted to do were these Indian doors. And I wish I could have filmed my electrician when he saw them when they arrive. My main contractor got it. He's more open about this kind of stuff. He got it. He's more of an artist. But my electrician was like, these are kind of like garage doors or something, These doors are not for everyone. And it was important to me to have these kind of sculptural, textural, unusual piece attached that separates the bathroom to the bedroom. Again, it's an artistic expression. It's not for everyone. And I don't play it safe. So I'm very happy with it. So this is a good time to mention I have a Patreon. If you want to have more conversations on how to stretch yourself creatively, I also go with an angle of spirituality because I think anything we do creatively or anything we do in life has to have a deeper meaning from a point of view of growth, confronting fears and stretching, pushing boundaries. If you're interested in having a community that will support you and help you on that, please sign up. It's a great way to connect with me. I answer all the messages. Also, it will support my channel a lot. So I hope you join. So I wanted to share this. I was very, very excited to share this bedroom because it really represents a lot of my personality. It's an important room where I recharge, where I spend, every night. And I really find it cozy and comforting. But also wanted to say that rooms like this or rooms that one enjoys, do take time. They take effort. They just don't happen just like that. And there are a lot of obstacles and problems that come along every time, especially when you're doing a creative project, and you have to be flexible and problem solve. You know, when our furniture arrive broken, you know, you have to either complain or fix it. Or painting, it's such high ceilings is tricky, and you have to tape all the beams. The point is that it takes effort, it takes time, but it is worth it because it ends up being so your space. You connect so much with it, and it makes you feel proud. Anyway, I hope you found this useful, inspirational, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.